Tom Hetzel, physiotherapist, founder and owner of Ride Designs. It's with great pleasure that I join you this morning in support of Body Tech's conference featuring evidence-based best practice proposals by Nadia Crivelli. I've been asked to provide a brief introduction to Ride Designs. This will be followed up by many more presentations today, as well as some more product information from Ride Designs as presented by our Senior Vice President for Sales and Marketing, Richard Song. I'm sure you will enjoy his presentation. As a physiotherapist, I have been doing nothing but seating development for over 30 years. I travel extensively speaking on the subject. Today is a special day in that you'll be learning about evidence-based seating outcomes as supported by a growing body of evidence. Ride Designs is one of the leading manufacturers in support of evidence-based research. We have a growing body of independent research, peer-reviewed, published. The entire bibliography can be found on our website, ridedesigns.com, under Products. Click the tab Research, and you can get the entire bibliography. What's important about Ride Designs and its relationship to the industry and our commitment to best practices and evidence-based research is how Ride Designs goes about supporting research. Now, every manufacturer does product testing. And there's essentially three ways product testing is done. There's bench testing, where products are put through a myriad of tests to make sure that they appear to be working correctly with respect to performance for immersion and envelopment, repetitive loading, etc. All of this bench testing over these coming months and years is going to be more standardized as the new ISO international standards for wheelchair seating is being published and accepted. So we are very excited to be a part of that effort as well too. After bench testing, there is a mechanism called finite element analysis. And this is essentially computer simulation of testing. The best example to understand finite element analysis is if you think about Fiat. Fiat doesn't just design a car, build a prototype, and then smash it into a wall to see if it will pass a crash test. What it does is it will take everything it knows about the materials and design elements of a vehicle and basically put those parameters within a computer-generated design. And then within the computer, smash that prototype into the wall. They'll continue to use finite element analysis to test their designs until they're very confident that they've got a definitive answer and solution to their design problems. And at that point, they build a car and they smash it into a wall to validate and verify the results of finite element analysis. Now, there's been a fairly significant amount of peer-reviewed research that's been published of late that is based on finite element analysis. And this finite element analysis is being used to show how one type of sitting surface interacts with the body. And that's all well and good. The challenge, though, is that unlike Fiat, that knows all the characteristics of the materials and design elements of the car they're building, we as an industry and researchers don't fully understand biomechanical risk for skin breakdown. We don't have a good definition of the soft tissue characteristics that present themselves uniquely to every individual and would therefore define a client's risk or biomechanical risk for skin breakdown. Since we don't have that type of data to put into a computer for finite element analysis, that essentially forces us to question, at the very least question, the results of that finite element analysis. Now, the other thing that's different about RIDE Designs, we don't do finite element analysis. We support independent research, looking at real people, real wheelchair users with real issues on real surfaces. The other consideration with respect to finite element analysis, though, is the very important element I spoke of, was that once Fiat does feel they have confidence in their data, they have to get away from the computer, build a car, and crash it into the wall. And this is what's been lacking in our industry. A lot of peer-reviewed research is being published stopping at the finite element analysis, publishing those results. And that finite element analysis is fundamentally flawed for the simple reason that we don't understand biomechanical risk for skin breakdown. So, RIDE Designs supports and funds independent university-level research. We do it in a non-quid pro quo fashion. What this means is that when we sign up in support of a research project, we tell the researcher that regardless of the data, they have our permission to publish that data. That's a very rare thing in this industry, and we're very proud of how we do that. The alternative, which isn't a bad alternative, is a quid pro quo approach to sponsoring research. That is when I would go to a researcher and say, please design a study, conduct the study, give me the data, then I'll decide whether it's published. So, RIDE Designs supports and funds independent research on real people with real issues, wheelchair users sitting on real surfaces. To this date, we have a strong body of evidence showing the RIDE approach, the orthotic and prosthetic-based approach to seating, as superior to even properly inflated air-style cushions, which tends to be considered the gold standard of skin management. We now have a growing body of evidence that demonstrates the RIDE approach's superiority to properly inflated air in the areas of interface pressure management, sitting stability, and deep tissue deformation. And we continue to support research at Georgia Tech in their quest to define biomechanical risk for skin breakdown. Now, this is all well and good, and it's research that looks at the body's response to loading on different surfaces. What it looks at, though, are the factors we know that contribute to skin breakdown or pressure injuries. Pressure, sitting stability, deep tissue deformation. But until just recently, because of the work of Nadia Crivelli being supported also by Body Tech. There hasn't been a good, solid, peer-reviewed research showing the outcome of these benefits that we have studied in the U.S. regarding the right approach. So this is exciting stuff. Nadia has done an observational study looking at a number of subjects and the results the results of utilizing the right Java cushion and the outcome of skin integrity. And it's a very exciting study. And I'm not going to, what we say, steal Nadia's thunder, because I'm really excited about her presenting this data to you. So now we have a growing body of evidence showing superiority of the right approach to properly inflated air in mechanical realms of things. And now with the addition of Nadia's work, we're beginning to expand that battery of evidence to include observations of actual clinical outcomes. So I couldn't be more proud of Nadia. I've enjoyed working with her over these last few years and consulting with her on the program. I'm extremely grateful for the hard work of Body Tech and their efforts to spread the word and support product distribution of the right products in Italy. And I personally look forward to seeing you all in the future. I wish you all a healthy and happy day, a happy Easter coming up, and thank you. Grazie mille. Ciao.